Hello guys and welcome back to another video, and we have a long overdue review because I've bought locos and just not had time to review them. So it has been a month since the last one, but I've had locos coming since then. So I'm going to start off with the two that came in after the Holden 101, and they are both class 73. So we're going to start with the first one, which is this gorgeous Pullman liveried version called Brighton Evening Argus, and we'll basically just run through the detail, etc., and then give it a run, whatever, and just enjoy it for a little bit and do a review. So let's get to it. It did come boxed, however, it's just a simple Lima box, nothing special, so I've decided not to have that in the video. There's not really anything in it either. These are fairly simplistic locos, so if you can't get the bodies off, etc., then you're clearly a bit bonkers, because they don't provide instructions with most of these anyway. Certainly not the two that I've got anyway. And my class 60, which is also Lima, didn't come with an instruction booklet, really, just came with a little thing about buffers and stuff like that. Anyway, so I've always been a fan of the class 73, so I decided to buy some Lima ones because they're cheap, but also I like Lima locos anyway, and I wanted a little collection of Lima diesels, so I thought these would be perfect to expand the collection slightly. So we'll run through the detail now, and it is actually not so bad for an older locomotive. So start at the front. Obviously you don't have sprung buffers, but they are separately fitted and they are very, very nice, nicely moulded. You sort of have all the moulded detail across the front. You've got the white handrail, the silver, the handrail picked out nicely as well. They are all moulded, but these are look separately fitted, these sorts of things on the side, but well, they are actually, which is pretty cool. I don't know what they are. I couldn't tell you. I know nothing about what any of this is, but I assume that's a headboard and some form of light, and that will be as well. They don't light up, obviously, because of the age of the loco, whatever, but pretty cool. You do have separately fitted horns, which looks a bit fitted anyway. Anyway, you have some horns at the top there, and they're on the other side of the loco as well. And you have nicer glazed windows, a bit of a cabin interior as well, so there's some seats in there. And the wipers, which are picked out in a separate colour so you can see them better. The lining and the sort of paintwork is what sets it out the most, though, because it's really well applied, especially for an older locomotive. Have the name Brighton Evening Argus printed nicely on the side there as well. And you have the grills, which are nicely moulded, and you have the crest there on the side. Pullman, which is picked out very, very nicely on the side of the locomotive as well, and obviously the other crest on the end. You have the running number 73101 printed nicely there as well, and you have some form of build plate underneath that, which isn't legible, but it's pretty tiny, so it's fair enough. Lots of lining as well, so you've got sort of like the gold lining on the brown paintwork there as well, all across the locomotive, which looks fabulous. And around the doors, glazed doors picked out separately, are the handrails in silver and the door handle as well. And the roof is obviously painted into this lovely white colour, and then you have the fan at the back, which obviously doesn't move because it's an older loco, but that's absolutely fine. Turn it around, and because it's a diesel, it's pretty much identical. But you can see, obviously, you do have the nameplate printed nicely on the back, and this cream is also really nicely applied, and there's pretty much no like spread of the colouring anywhere. It is so well applied as well. It's really good. You sort of have the silver picked out on the bottom of the doors as well, which is really nice. And you do have the warning labels on the front and back of the locomotive telling you about the overhead power lines. So that'll pretty much do it. I don't see what there is else to say necessarily. You do have some nicely moulded underframe detail and bogies and stuff like that with the springs and the axle boxes. But they are quite simplistic. But that's pretty much, I would say, the locomotive. And the next Class 72 review, I have to go through it all over again. But I'll try and be a little bit more brief in that because we've obviously done this review. So we will now put this onto the track, see how it runs, and do a bit of a running session with it. So there it is on the track, and it does look good. It does look glorious. So I need to turn the electricity on because I was like, why is the loco not creeping forward? Bear with. So let's try this. See a bit of a slow speed first. It isn't actually on the track properly, which doesn't help. There we go. You can see the cogs moving on the inside because of how simple the whole mechanism is. Lima locos are obviously a little bit louder and not smooth at the slower speeds than modern locos, which is fair enough. But as you can see, it's actually not bad. So it is coupled up with some Pullmans as well, so we'll watch it go around with those. Does look good with the Pullman's matching coaches, so cool. So we'll stop the 73 when it comes around. Beautifully stopped, just not in focus. So that is the first Lima Class 73 that I've purchased. And to be honest, I'm probably going to get a couple more, or maybe one more Lima one. I do obviously have the second one, which will be reviewed next. But I do really like them, and it runs really well. It's a bit loud, but that's just because it's a Lima loco. I've got 3 now, and they all run beautifully. They're all loud, but that's just part of the fun. And it does look absolutely fabulous with those coaches as well. It is actually a really nice locomotive. It wasn't very expensive. Both of the locos cost just a shade around £100 with postage included, which is not bad for 2 locos. So, and they are perfect as well. They are mint condition, so it's a good thing, and boxed. So I was pretty happy with that. So yeah, that is the Class 73. There will be another review of the second one pretty much straight after this. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. It would be amazing. And put the notification bell on so you're alerted when I make a new upload. And many more videos coming very soon. We've had a little bit of a break, but we're back on the roll for new videos. So I will see you very soon for some more. Goodbye.